How did this young kid from Louisiana go from averaging almost 30 seconds to becoming top 15 in the world, as well as becoming one of the most recognizable cubers ever? This is the rise of Dylan Miller. Dylan Miller would attend his first competition on January 3rd, 2015. He would go to Austin Cubing Limits, where he would get a 29-second average and a 25-second single. Good enough for 41st place, but that's not where he shined. As in 2x2, he got a pretty respectable 5.55 average, with a 3.40 single, which is good enough for 8th place. Pretty good for his first competition. Dylan would attend his second competition in May of that same year, going to Peach State 2015, except this time, he would do a lot better in 3x3, getting an 18-second average, as well as a 13.98 second single, good enough for 18th place. But again, 2x2 is where things really went down, when Dylan got a 4.18 average in the first round, and then a 4.24 average in finals, netting him 7th place. But at his very next competition, in 2x2, he would get a 3.08 second average in the first round, netting him 1st place in that round. And then in the second round, he would get a 3.25 average, which was good enough to get him a podium, as just his 3rd competition ever. He also did a lot better in 3x3 in this competition, getting an 11.88 average, much better than his old average of 18 seconds. But then at his very next competition, he got his first sub 10 second solve, getting a 9.78. And then at the very next competition, he would get an 8.5. This rate of progress is absolutely insane. I mean, he literally averaged almost 30 seconds less than 1 year ago. And now he's getting almost world-class times regularly. Moving into 2016, Dylan would do something that would completely change the course of his entire career. He would make a YouTube channel. Well, actually, he had a different YouTube channel before this one, but that one got deleted, so we decided to make this one. But let's just pretend that this is his first YouTube channel. Okay? Okay. But he would wait almost 5 months before posting anything, so it doesn't really matter. But when he finally did post something, it was actually pretty impressive, with him posting a 7.51 average of 5. And then, a whole 24 days later, he would post another video where he got a 7.96 average of 5 using a GoPro POV headset, which he actually said he got for Christmas. But over the next 3 months, nothing really happened, until Dallas Spring 2016, where Dylan would get an absolutely incredible 6.79 single. This not only wins him the round, but it is also the best solve of the entire competition. But that wasn't the only crazy thing that happened in that competition, because in 2x2, Dylan managed to get a 1.67 single. But over the next year or so, nothing really crazy happened, with Dylan kind of stagnating in terms of times, with some exceptions being lowering his average down to an 8.19, as well as getting a 6.62, a 6.86, and a 6.83. But then, Dylan does something nobody could have expected. A 5.78. This is the best solve we've seen by him yet. What's even crazier though is that his very next competition, he gets a 7.87 average. His first ever sub 8 average in competition ever. Keep in mind, this is all only after 2 years of competing. And things didn't stop there, because just 2 competitions later, he would get another sub 6. This time being a 5.63, even better than the one before it. But in finals of that same competition, he gets a 7.73 average, winning him the competition. Meanwhile, on his YouTube channel though, he was going absolutely crazy, getting a 5.07 single, a 6.87 average of 5, and a 4.95 plus 2.
No!
But for the next 6 months, nothing really crazy happened. He did get a new PR average though, of 7.09, making Dylan only 0.1 seconds off of an official sub-7 average. So maybe, just maybe, he can break the sub-7 barrier soon. But then, at Rocket City 3.0 2018, he does this.
Yes!
What we've seen from Dylan, both from his competition results and from his YouTube channel, shows that he's definitely one of the best speedcubers in the world. And over the next few years, he would compete in the USA Southern Championships, where he gets first place, the USA National Championships, where he gets 23rd place, the USA Southern Championships again in 2019, where he gets first place again, and the USA Nationals again in 2019, where he gets 7th. A way better performance, which I think he's more proud of compared to the last one. Also getting a new PR single with an absolutely insane 5.49. It was all looking up for Dylan until March 13th, 2020. Quarantine shut down all competitions, meaning that Dylan and many others could no longer compete at all. But this meant that school was completely out also, so Dylan could practice all day, every day. And this changed everything. Dylan started grinding, getting better with every upload, and soon enough, he got good. A 5.91 average, a 5.57 average, even going down to a 5.37 average, a 4.43 single, and even a 5.99 average of 12. After COVID, Dylan and everyone else in the speedcube community rushed back to competitions, where the first competition that Dylan went to after COVID was called GA Cubers Return 2021, where Dylan gets a 6.97 average, as well as a 5.42 single, which is actually pretty good, but for 2 years of improvement, it's not that much. But at his very next competition, he gets a 6.67 average. And then, at the next competition, he gets a 6.66 average, showing that Dylan Miller is undoubtedly a way better cuber. And then after this, it's just PR after PR. 6.59, 6.34, 6.31, as well as getting 4th in the North American Championships, and getting 2nd in the USA Southeast Championships. Dylan was popping off. He even gets a 5.05 second single, as well as the most insane thing, a 5.78 second average, absolutely destroying the sub-6 barrier. Things were insane, and then this happened. Now things kind of slowed down after that, with no new PRs and stuff. But that didn't really matter, because it was at this time that Dylan started streaming, which would become one of the things he's most well known for nowadays. But some of the things that happened in this time were him getting first place at the USA Southeast Championships, third place at the USA Southern Championships, and getting 27th place at the World Championships, and first place at the Texas Championships again. But on his YouTube channel, he was really showing us what he could do, with him getting a 4.97 average.
Yes!
5.64 average of 12, and a 6.26 average of 100. All of these show just how much potential Dylan has. And if he could just channel that potential into an actual competition, he could become one of the best, if not the best speedcuber in the world. At this point, Dylan had been streaming pretty regularly on his channel, and some insane things had started to happen, such as him getting 2 last layer skips in a row, with the odds of that being over 6 billion to 1. Dylan also just broke his PR average, with him getting a 5.71 average. And then 3 competitions later, he broke his PR single again, this time being a 4.35 single. And then 3 competitions later, he broke it again with a 4.26 single this time. And finally, he brought his 3x3 average all the way down to 5.39 seconds, which is where it stands today. He has also commentated on some major cubing events such as Cubing Clash 2025 and competed in other unofficial events such as the Premier Speed Cubing League, where he has gotten all the way to the grand finals. Today he has competed in over 121 competitions and won a total of 166 gold medals, as well as cemented himself as one of the most influential cubers in the history of the sport.